Okay, vielleicht müssen wir ihren Sohn noch dazu holen. Ah, jetzt kommt der Sohn.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Why must it always be a good evening?
I was just being polite. I'm Dr. Reid. I'd like to ask you some questions, if I may.
Don't like questions or doctors. And the name is Seymour Fishburne, if you must know.
Wie ist das Leben in London über diesen Teil der Stadt?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
A shithole filled with maggots. Liars and thieves, all of them.
Denken Sie an jemanden Bestimmtes?
Are you thinking about someone in particular?
Nope. Hate them all. Especially these petty, whining little shitbag beggars.
Niemand, dem Sie milde bestimmt
Is
sind?
there no one who deserves your leniency then?
Well, Tom from our local is somewhat of a decent bloke. At least, unlike most maggots, he knows how to listen without opening his trap.
Was ist Ihre Aufgabe
What's your
hier?
occupation?
I take care of my mum. That's what I do. She's the only good thing in my life. Even though I don't treat her so good.
Es ist schwer, ein guter Sohn zu sein.
Sometimes it's hard to be a good son.
I just want her to smile. No, I was thankful for her patience, appreciated like... God knows she deserves it.
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
Am I really cursed? It would explain so much.
Okay, wo ist denn hier dann der Spot? Hier? Nein.
Hello, boy.
Hello. Good evening.
Did I scare you? You have nothing to fear from me.
No, it's just that people prefer to avoid me.
Well, I won't. I'm a doctor.
My name is Rufus, sir. Rufus Kingsbury.
Dein Leben in London über diesen Teil der
What
Stadt.
can you tell me about this region?
It's all about staying out of trouble. But since most people prefer to avoid me, it's pretty easy.
Warum meinen dich die
Why do
Leute?
people avoid you?
They call me Rufus the Curse. Around here, I'm a bit of a bad luck charm.
Hast du je darüber nachgedacht,
Have you ever
vorzugehen?
thought about leaving?
Where else would I go? At least I know these streets and some people around here. This is my city, for better or worse.
Was machst du hier?
What do you do around here, Rufus?
I listen to the news on the docks, sir. And I smile at those kind enough to spare me a bob.
Hast du Arbeit?
Do you have a job?
It's hard to work, what with my head and all. Since I was a boy, I've always had trouble remembering what I do and why I do it.
What do
Irgendwelche
people
Gerüchte?
say about this place?
Things have been tense between the wet boot boys and the communists. They both feel they should run the docks.
Bist du allein?
Are you alone? Where is your family?
I don't have any. My parents are dead.
So you have no home. You're sleeping rough.
No. I mean, yes. I live on the streets. I have no home.
Du sollst
You should be
vorsichtig sein.
careful, Rufus. There are things that lurk in the shadows of this city. Things that prey on the lonely and the desperate.
Well, I've known worse. I'm not all alone. I have Mrs. Fishburne. She's been very kind to me.
Why do you think she's so considerate?
I can't say, sir. I guess she's a good soul. Sometimes it's like she replaces the mother I lost, even if we're not related.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Okay, die ist jetzt nicht mehr... Das kann ich also jetzt nicht mehr aktivieren, wieso auch immer. Der hat Blutarmut.
Good evening, Mr. Fishburne.
Yeah.
Persönliche Fragen. Erzählen Sie mir von Ihren
Tell me
Opfern.
about your victims, Seymour. Who were they? Why them? Was there a link?
Why should there be? They just kept getting on my nerves at the worst times, that's all.
Wie viele
How
Opfer?
many? How many victims?
It's not like I keep records. It happens when it happens.
In happens, when it happens. Keine Empathie für Ihre Opfer?
You feel nothing, do you? No empathy for your victims at all?
You seem pretty calm yourself, don't you?
We're not talking about me.
All right. Well, our calm's the only thing we have in common then.
Did you take pleasure
Bereitet
in
Ihnen
killing
Freude,
Seymour?
ihr zu töten, oder?
All those people, all those lives extinguished.
I take no pleasure from it. Just gives me peace. Stills the anger. For a time.
Ihre Wut
This
widerstehen?
rage you feel, have you ever been able to control it? Resist it?
I tried. For my mum. I tried for her. Telling the truth made me feel better. For a while.
Sie sollten sich Hilfe
Don't you
suchen.
think you should seek help? Talk to someone you trust, someone who cares about you.
No. And don't dare speak about me to your colleagues either. Keep your mouth shut tight. Especially about my mum.
Warum beschützen Sie
Why
Ihre
is
Mutter
your
so?
mother protecting you, Seymour?
I'm her son. She's the only one who knows me. Sometimes I think she knows me better than I know myself.
I understand you love her, but can't you see the awful situation you've put her in?
Do you think my mum would have a better life if I were dead? She seems so sad to know me sometimes.
Der Tod ist keine angemessene Strafe. Ich verstehe Ihr Dilemma. Der Tod wäre eine angemessene Strafe.
Death is an appropriate punishment for your crimes, Seymour Fishburne. Cherish every day that you spend as a free man.
It might be my mum's wish that I end up swinging from a hangman's noose. But she wouldn't want to be the one who ties a knot round my neck.
Perfekt, dann
Goodbye, Mr. Fishburne.
haben wir das eigentlich durch. Jetzt können wir zu seiner Mutter wieder gehen.
Good evening, Mrs. Fishburne. May I come in, please?
Of course. Dr. Reid. I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people. What can I do for you, Dr. Reid?
Wir müssen einen persönlichen Stuss reden. Ihr Sohn ist ein Mörder.
Your son's gone way beyond simply bullying people. He has a taste for blood, and you know it, don't you, Stella?
One night, he told me straight up, in his own words. It was several days after one of his episodes.
Aber warum hat er es ihnen gesagt? Hat ihnen Simon alles erzählt?
Did Seymour tell you everything that night?
More than I could stand. The words he used to describe his hate, his rage, how he feels when he's done it.
Warum hat er es ihnen
Why
gesagt?
did he confess? Did you suspect something?
No. I guess he wanted his old mum to help him fight his, demons.
Warum schützen sie
Stella, I
Simon?
know you are ashamed of your son's crimes. So why do you protect Seymour?
I can't report my own son, can I? Not a burden I could bear.
Burden? How do you mean?
They'd hang him for sure. I won't send my only son to his death.
Das muss aufhören. Sie können ihn nicht ewig bemuttern.
The situation will only get worse. Someone has to stop Seymour.
If someone ever found the courage to speak to the police, I will take my share.
Über sie
Tell
was
me
die
about these demons Seymour needs your help to fight.
Seymour used to be such a happy child, and he is still a helping son most of the time. But when he gets angry, he can hardly contain his rage.
All men and women are born innocent, Mrs. Fishburne. But there can be a monster within any of us.
Do you think he can be cured, Doctor? Do you think something can extinguish this rage inside my Seymour?
Das menschliche Gehirn ist voller Geheimnisse. Gerechtigkeit ist das Heilmittel. Er trägt die volle Verantwortung. Er trägt die
I'm
volle
afraid
Verantwortung.
these demons, as he calls them, are just a delusional justification to distance himself from his actions.
There ain't no hope then. Somehow, somewhere, my son has turned into a monster, and nothing will bring him back.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
Aber was hätte ich da beobachten sollen?
Am I really cursed?
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reid, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Wir haben, glaube ich, nicht geschnackt zusammen.
Goodbye, Mr.
Wiedersehen.
Woods.
Ich muss mich, glaube ich, erstmal hier ein bisschen umsehen.
Claws, murders by night. Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Da waren jetzt ein paar Schlinge drin. Sammeln Informationen über Steen, Hamilton, Aufenthaltsort.
With the epidemic, no one dares go outside.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
It's a good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
Hier ist auch nichts.
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one. Just another lost orphan.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Not a drop of blood left in his body.
I'm as far away from this.
This is the work of a vampire.
Okay.
Don't forget to keep an eye out.
Die zwei kennen wir schon.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Wo kommen Sie her? Nie.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer me directly?
We respect the privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Okay, dann müssen wir unbedingt mit Tom reden.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
Wie können Sie diesen Ort geöffnet lassen?
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Jede Meinung? Gibt es etwas, das ich tun kann? Sie sind eine wichtige Persönlichkeit?
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Gut, dann werden wir erstmal das machen. Persönliche Fragen haben wir auch zurzeit nicht. So, der Punkt ist... Wo finden wir denn genau? Okay, was ist das? Erst lesen, dann verbrennen. Ach, das sind diese... So machen wir das also. Okay.